Testing, testing. Hey guys, Beelzebub, what's up, man? Thank you, thank you. Oh wow, he says I've prayed every day for your return, Papa. Thank you, man. You're too kind, dude. You've been kicking it with the streams. I've been watching and checking in so often, but haven't been able to. No, it's been crazy work, man. I was working like double time since pretty much the COVID after July and recently like I finally like took a vacation time off, and now I plan to have a steady schedule and wanted to start streaming. But since I've been playing Space Engineers and like I've been having quite a bit of fun here and wanted to show you guys. Mainly what I've been doing is trying to figure out like this is a survival PvP. It's a public server as well. So what would be the best way for to start in PvP on a survival playthrough? And I think it's the best thing is to race to get underground. That way we won't get it's harder for other players to raid your base when it's 100 meters underneath the ground. But yeah, welcome guys. Ryan says you're back. Yes, man. Thank you. Thank you. We're back. Where you been, man? He says bored. Yeah, it was crazy working that would just call on me at any time. Like I was getting called 8 p.m., 9 p.m. It didn't matter. Weekends, working weekends, and throughout the day. But you know, it was the pandemic time, so there was no way to like say no to work. You know, like I just had to stay working, and everyone was. Well, it was months looking for work, and people were just saying we're not hiring. We're just not hiring until like at least past the summer. And but if it finally happened, and then we just worked really hard as much as we could until I literally couldn't work any harder anymore. I was just like exhausted and beat. But yeah, now I'm switching. I'm gonna start with a new employment, and that will make the schedule way better. Like it was just impossible. Barely even have time to rest myself. So now we'll be able to stream in the evenings, and I'll just work in the day, and then weekends we'll stream as well. But it will be good. It'll be consistent. Consistency is what we need, right? It's not that hectic schedule getting called at any time of the day, and not even planning with friends or family because I'm expecting to get called, you know, and having to show up and work. So it wasn't good, but we did it. We survived the pandemic. That's it. That's the important thing in the sense that financially, like it was a challenging time, but we were able to come on the other side, okay, come through the other side. But yeah, this Bane, that's where I've been. This Bane has gold. It has also ice, and it has a whole sheet of it. It's really thick sheet of ice here. You see this thick blue. It's not even the snowy one, but it's. I expect this pretty deep. Hopefully, it is deeper. But yeah, we'll be carving our way through the side so that we can reach that ice and have plenty of hydrogen to reach space. But first I want to disappear underground, so I want to dig as deep as I can and then dig sideways. So I was trying to reach the gold so that when I dig sideways I'm actually digging out gold, which is something of a commodity to trade with. I can sell that for space credits, or I don't know what I'm very not that familiar with how the trading economy works and the mechanics of the missions and all that works, but we'll figure that out. I saw that they were trading, they were accepting us to sell silver, gold, cobalt, a bunch of other resources. So I said like, hey, let's find one of these Banes so that we can sell it. And also the ice is good, Plus, there's iron, which that means a lot of steel plates. So this was where like I found this area, and I said like, "Oh, this is perfect. Like money for trading, ice for hydrogen, and iron for steel plates and building and all that stuff." And since we started with the rover, this boss rover here, 4 turrets, and it has a refiner inside with an assembler. Then Nitro, hey, welcome, man. Yeah, yeah. I just explained. He says, "Yo, dude, where you been? Working hard and crazy schedule. I couldn't do anything but work and rest. So, but luckily that's changed now, and we'll be back because I just missed so much streaming and chatting with you guys that we had to just start as soon as possible. So we are, but I've been playing Space Engineers since, so I will show you guys what I've been doing there. But we'll play all kinds of games, right? It's about just community. So we're good. But yeah, glad to see you again, Nitro. Welcome back. I was testing out this. Okay, that's not good. So
fuel critical.
Yeah, this is why you want to place a stair on your rover. A little ladder here so that you can climb back up. I died so many times just because I would not be able to climb back up my rover and recharge. Yeah, but this game is beautiful. Look at that. And so what I do is I start with this rover because it basically has everything that you need, like a med station for spawning, the refiner, an assembler, and a hydrogen engine, and a bunch of generators to connect, serving as conveyors to connect everything together. And it also has a bunch of batteries and 2 hydrogen engines, so I can recharge those batteries. Let me bring down the music a little bit. I think, is the audio good? Let me know if there's something like off, like the music of the game or my voice. But yeah, welcome guys. Nitro says, good for you. Will you play NMS soon? We could. Have you been playing? I just have been kind of focused here. I haven't even seen what updates have been going on. I started like searching for the perfect planet, never found it. And then came back, it just switched up. But for a time I wasn't even playing anything, and that's why like I just said like when I did get to start, I started with Space Engineers, kind of like a new thing. But yeah, we're getting past the gold. And the deeper we go, the safer it is, because we can always build layers up on the base, and people will have to raid through those layers before they get to the way bottom. And in the way bottom, I want to put all the storage and the refiners and all the valuable things that we want. And then like the top layers is gonna be the hangar bay, where we're gonna build even spaceships. We're gonna build underground, and then we'll carve like a door, a hangar door that will open in the surface, and it'll let us bring the ships out. So that's pretty epic, I think. But as you can see, I started with the rover creating a piston that served as the first drill. Then I had the drill have seven. I brought these 3 upward pistons up so that I could place 7 downward pistons, and with those I set them at the combined speed of the pistons has to be 0.066 or something like that, close to 7. Just imagine like 007, 007, 0.007. So if you reach that speed combined with how many pistons you have, you can have 100 pistons. Just make sure that the speed all adds up to that's 007. And sometimes it can be a little bit quick, so that's why I put it 0.06. Sometimes it varies. Like 0.7 will clear enough for you to like dig and not get the drill stuck,
but your refiner will get clogged. Like it won't, one single refiner will not be able to process that speed. It will be too quick. So 0.6 will let you dig fast, but at the same time be able to convert those resources into ingots. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. After that, after these first seven pistons reach their end, the bottom, we'll be able to have one. You'll see this was the end of it. And what I did then is I removed the drills. I always put a little cabin cockpit here, okay, so that I can drop items and I can also extract items. So I don't have to go all the way up to the rover to reach the inventory. But what I did then is I removed the drills and I placed them all up in the cockpit, so the drill would just drag them back up. And then I switched the drill for a connector, raised it, and then placed from it a center. Like I placed no, I'm sorry. At that point, I had no drills digging below me, right? So there was a surface. This surface, this bottom surface, this ground. Notice that it's also jagged and rigged. Uh, so this I was easily able to find the center. In the center, I put a foundation, and then I confirmed and I make sure that it was aligned with this middle conveyor, the one that has the cockpit here. That way, I got the exact center of the circle of the you know the pit. The pit. This is called the pit, and I was able to then reach and put a connector. I had nothing underneath the connector yet. No. Well, how was it? How did I do? Well, we'll have to do this again, so I'll figure it out and we'll see it live. But I wanted to get this down before I like showed you guys streaming and live. We'll still have to like figure things out, but at least this is something that is worth showcasing, I think, because this is a repeatable process now. With this rover, which I'm gonna publish the blueprint for, and actually I'm not gonna publish this one because this is the Mark II, and I have a upgraded one that has 6 wheels, and it doesn't have a issue with the conveyors. Like there's a loop inside the conveyors that is not good, and sometimes if you like, what happens is if your my ingot capacity in this rover is very limited compared to the ore capacity. So a lot of ore can come in, but not enough to ingots can be stored. So it clogs up on the ingot portion of the rover. So I have a fix for that, and I'm gonna be building that rover very shortly because I want to get rid of this one. But this one is the first one. This is the first blueprint, the prototype blueprint, and it did its job. Look, we're 121 meters underneath the ground. Ouch! No. Okay, I hit the drill bit, but yeah. Look at that. Yeah. Way deep, and it's also perfectly straight. So like going upwards, our ships leaving, they won't smack the walls, you know, because if we would have drilled it in an angle, it would have been difficult to get the starships out once we build them, you know, drones and things like that. But yeah, what we could do while that keeps digging is start building our Mark III, maybe. While I was building, I built this one, and then I was testing it, and then I crashed it. I flipped it. I flipped it. And it blew up. So I guess I can fix this one up, and I can set up all the commands because, as you can see, our rovers are smart rovers. I can pressurize here. There you go, and pressurized, and I can open my helmet, and I can show you that, and I'm not dying. So we could just chill here and not have to worry about energy or oxygen and just wait for the drill if we wanted to. That's not interesting. And that's good that this is just working for us while we can just be creating blueprints and things. Now we can depressurize. There it goes. Now it's depressurized. And let's start building something. I'm gonna build the Mark III. So let's start with a battery, steel plates. Do we have steel plates, or did I use them all up? I think I used them all up. But yeah, the sorters will bring the components back out as they're, well, okay, let me, oh, there they are, sorter. There's a lot of pistons. Here they are. Sorter, ingots, sorter, assembler. Just gonna whitelist components. Components. Ammo. Yeah, I have to manually unclog it by turning off the sorters, and that's why it's not set to whitelist or drain all. Okay, but now it is. So now we'll get the steel plates. There they are. Nitro says I haven't played in a month or so. Oh yeah, and I don't know. It's good. Like No Man's Sky is the update of the biomes was really good. The volcanoes and stuff. But I guess I was just searching for planets. I don't know. Nice. I just wanted to make sure before I get like too deep into the building that the drill is not gonna get stuck. It's gonna be going for a while. There's 6 pistons going at a really slow speed. So, but that's good. That's better than setting 1 piston, because otherwise you have to be coming back to check on it and start the other pistons. Instead, set all of them to a very slow speed, and they'll be fine. I'm choosing where I'm gonna build the Mark III. I guess right here where I built this one. This is the hauler. This is a vehicle to just transport things. It has two large containers and 1 hydrogen tank, so that I can refuel the bigger trucks. So, and I noticed because this one was running out of hydrogen. I just started and I don't have a hydrogen supply yet. So it was running out of fuel, and I said like, well, I will need to refuel. So let me build a hauler. I noticed the wheels, the lower wheels are not making contact. Are they? Yeah, they are. They are making contact. I don't like the 3x3s. I think they're too small for large grid. I like the 5x5. The next one, the Mark III, is 6 wheels, which are 5x5, the really large wheels. But this is good. This is good. It has a bunch of turrets to protect the cargo. I'm gonna leave it over here at the base. We can also fill it up. It doesn't have any ammo. Oh, this is where I crashed. Notice this. Looks like I took the same route. It was this. I didn't see this ledge that it's like a sharp 90-degree angle, and I tried going over it, and it just flipped. It's like a glitch in the map, in the terrain. But no matter. We're not gonna be here for long. This is a temporary base. This is the base, and I probably didn't even have to armor it, because it was, oh, don't crash into it. It was a base to are we still moving? Okay. No. Okay, we're still. To get the refiner going, so that I could build the first hovercraft, the first rover. So since then we've been using the rover. Let me get ammo. But this is a magnesium vein, so we can make a lot of ammo. Production. This is a live server, so not just drones, but actual players could find me. And I gotta remember to only show the game once I load in, so no one comes in and finds me just to troll. I don't know how to even find players though. GPS, the planets are huge, and GPS is not easy to find. Ammo. I'm gonna leave that rover. Some.
Fuel low.
I haven't even set up the
Fuel critical.
the sorters. I have to do this manual. Okay, sorters are off. Yeah, they are. Okay, maybe now they drain. Yeah, they drained. Awesome. Okay, nice. So yeah, at least our base is gonna be protected. That's our scouting drone. I'll show you the scouting drone too. Ammo. Production. Let's make more. Oh, it's already making a lot. It's making 1,000. Oh no, hydrogen. This is why I said cockpits everywhere. It's always good to refill. This is better. The cockpits are really good to refill your hydrogen, because you can place them anywhere, you know. You don't need medical components like a survival kit. Oh, don't crash. Ammo. I don't want to make so much. Well, we can make as many as magnesium will allow. Like once it runs out of magnesium, it'll stop making ammo. It won't make 10,000. Yeah, but they're still filling up. I haven't built a connection. Okay, we'll leave the rest. This is plenty. Probably every turret has a little bit of ammo. There are a lot of them though. But that's good because these are gonna stay up in the surface, so we want them well guarded, well protected while we still build in underground. But yeah, that's good. We'll keep that one over there. And then we'll start building the other one here.
Fuel low.
The other one even has more cabin space, and the floor is not
Fuel
cargo
critical.
containers, which are like I don't know, they're annoying. And the floor to me. So let's build a boss rover now, a real boss rover. Okay, we need plenty of space. This is a big one. Oh, it drives even better because of the 6 wheels. It drives way better than this one. Drives really well too, but it's really angled. The landing gear was angled. I guess I'll build it facing, so I can get a good angle, because man, we're gonna be really far. There we go. I know what I can do. This is better. Okay, so if I want it leveled, let's just place the foundation. The foundation is already gonna be leveled, and then we can build. Why are you not rotating? Okay, I know why. Because it was gonna be a station. So let's add a little bit more and then drop the gear. There we go. Okay, that's good. We don't have to build it out, but I like putting a bit of steel plate so that it's not like rarely one little grind and it destroys. Like, you know, I have a little bit of leeway room in case the grinder runs away from me. The whole thing doesn't come crashing down. Okay, let's get bunch of steel plates now.
Fuel low.
Oh no.
Fuel critical.
But yeah, guys, I think the setting the drills is one of the best things early game, because not only you get a ton of resources, but it'll give you, like, it'll be producing those resources for you while you're building other things. So it's not like one or the other, it's like both at the same time. So you're doing double work, and it's pretty cool, pretty cool. Also, like building things at the same time as you're processing ore makes you empty out those components and ingots that you're already, so you're freeing up space as you're, you know, gathering a bunch of resources, kind of like a good feedback loop, which I think we have to go higher. The wheels need clearance in order to be placed, so we need to build it pretty tall. Okay, that's good. Because now what we need, I'm gonna weld these guys up. It's the battery and the projector. Like I recommend building things out with a projector, unless you're like building a mini drone or something and you already know the blueprint and what you want, because it's way easier to like remove and place things and not have to deal with the jetpack while you're building in creative mode than when you're building it out in survival. Plus, you don't have to deal with, like, you're offline. If you're in creative mode in a load game over there designing things, then you're offline over here. So people are not gonna raid you. At least in this server, people don't raid if you're offline. So you could be designing over there and no one's gonna mess with you, or you know. But yeah, we created the blueprint in creative mode, and now I get to project it. That's not gonna work. It was probably linked, but let's make sure. There it goes. There, that's a good one. Now, the other tip I have is Build Planner is your friend. Build Planner is your best friend in this game. It's like what? Ah man, I forgot. Was it Navi, the little fairy that flew with Zelda, with Link, that always told what to do, and never mind this. But yeah, because Build Planner is gonna let you gather only the resources that you need to finish that component, as well as setting up the production queue for only those. Components usually take more space than ingots, so if you're building out components, it depends, because steel plates don't occupy pretty much any space, while large steel tubes do, and battery components do as well, power cells. So what am I missing? I thought it got everything. If it doesn't get everything, for example, in this case, it got everything except the large steel tubes. It'll remember that it's missing those two large steel tubes. And what you can do is like, oh yeah, I got everything. I didn't have to produce them. I already had them. But I'm still missing those two. You can hit this button and notice that in your production queue, it created just those two large steel tubes. So that's one way. If you're doing this from the start, you'll never have a surplus of resources unless you want it. Like, unless you want to create, you know, 3,000 steel plates in one sitting. But yeah. Oh, you're developing a game, Nitro. That's so cool. What kind of game? Whoa. We need batteries now. Okay, we're low on fuel. So we knew we had
Fuel
some
low.
resources. We used them and then used the build planner so that it could track
Fuel critical.
what we were missing. So now it would have only produced or gotten the resources that we need for that battery. Yeah, it's sometimes like the inventories will get clogged up, so it's important to manage these. Otherwise, you have to deal with like a system that's like wrapped in armor, and you have to, you know, empty it out. So ejectors help with that, but then you lose a bunch of resources. So you don't want to use ejectors unless you have to. Like oh, that wasn't what I needed. I guess we need to produce the cells. Yes. And then it only produces 4 battery cells. Nice. Now, with the battery comes with a little bit of charge, so it should be enough time for us to build the rover. Nothing is gonna be consuming power until we start building the rover. The rover will start consuming power. But we'll also build batteries in the rover. How do I access this? I guess using this control panel in the battery. Yeah, here's the projector, and then we go to blueprints. Oh, there it is. Took a little bit of time, but
Inventory full. Energy low.
Alright, I'm back here. We're building a 6-wheel rover. That's gonna be an upgrade for our stage 1, the boss rover here, but it's good. This first rover is helping us build our final one, our permanent one. At the same time, our rover is digging up a hole that looks like it disappeared, but it's there. It just glitches out. But yeah, we've been digging a bunker. It's a very deep bunker. It has gold, ice, and iron. And the pistons are still going. They're not fully reached their limit. Let's check up on them. It's the double D 4.1. Each of these will go all the way to 10 meters. They're currently at 4 meters only, so that means we'll get 60 more meters of vertical depth for our bunker. But we gotta wait, and while we wait, we're gonna build a better rover. So yeah, but that's good, you know. We're kind of like doing two things at once. So let's keep building the rover. I like building my constructions in a creative mode because I can also set all the configurations, like name all the components, all the storages, add actions or timer blocks, like really go all out. And then on a survival mode where you want to just do it fast, so you get out of we're trying to get out of sight as fast as possible, right? We don't want to be raided and lose everything that we've done. So that's why we're building that bunker in the first place. You want to be quick, right? So you don't want to be building out a very complex structure, but if you had a blueprint already laid out with the complexity built into the blueprint, then it's very easy to just load it into a projector and use the build planner to not even think about the components that you're gonna need. So now we check our build planner is clear. I forgot to map these ones, so let's do that. Let's grab them with the build planner. Okay. So these are generators. Another cargo. 2 engines. Nice. And we can even get the sorter as well. And another generator, why not? As long as your build planner has room, just because these are the natural order for this structure to be built, so that's gonna be good. We don't have to worry, we'll just run trips as fast as we can. Grabbing items, we're full, yep. But let's also set the production queue because it knows what we have versus what we need. So it'll set only to produce the things that we actually need. get the generators because we should finish these structures before attaching or finishing the ones that are attached to it, you know. It's like flimsy, it's all in one steel plate only. Okay, now we're good. No, we still have... Okay, let's go to the engines then. Yep. One display, where does that display go? Is it the sorters? Probably, but we don't have the interior plate. Ow. Okay, generator should be complete. Needs a computer there too. Ah. Alright, generators, one engine. I think we have the other engine as well. No, still missing things. Engines and generators are done, except that one needs a computer. Let's get this conveyor sorter. No. Oh nice, we got the computer we needed for the generator. Okay, build planner is clear. Let's get these batteries. I'm not gonna build that piston. It's in the blueprint, but I know for a fact that I rather stick the piston for lifting, like this one, per use. It's very easy to grind down and store a piston and a landing gear. You know, like because earlier I forgot to retract it, and I started driving, and it just crashed and blew up. And it's because it was hidden underneath the. But if I see it like really clear outside, it won't be as easy to forget or have it catch with the ground with something. Plus, it was next to the main cargo, and it made it blow up, and it released everything, like all the components. I even lost components. I didn't get the full amount of things that were inside of it. But yeah, that's what happens. Okay, so we have computers. I want to get this one. Yeah, and that could be room for even more batteries. You know, batteries are very inexpensive and so like useful. So I'd rather not, you know, like use that space for piston, a permanent piston, when I can just put batteries there and place the piston per use. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, I have to make them. Yeah, I can replace this battery with armor, place it over here. I rather there be, because some blocks explode and some blocks don't. Armor blocks don't explode. They actually absorb impact, and like they bend. They morph. Like I don't know. I don't have an example of a bend, but I'll show you later. And if something like a rock or something catches the lower part, I rather hit armor that's ready to receive impact than hit a battery, because the battery, if it blows up, if it takes enough damage to reach 0%, it'll blow up, and it'll blow up underneath the refiner, a very expensive component, which is gonna take a lot of components to repair. So therefore, I queued up the battery, but I'm gonna place it over here, and you'll see how the projectile will adapt. Like it won't like prevent us from placing the battery where we want, and then we'll place a light armor block there, and we'll just keep on building. Okay, so it should be now a lot of power cells. Okay, let's get this one. It's kind of heading away. just a lot of placing parts now, setting them up, queuing them up. Why would it give me small tubes? What for? Building batteries. Alright, let's just get power cells for now. These power cells. 100 plates. Oh, this is armor. Okay, give me another battery. We're gonna put those two over there. Yep. I should have called this video building the Mark III because we're still digging for our bunker. But what's gonna be on camera is not us watching the hole, you know. It would be very boring just to see the hole be dug. It's all glitched. It's very deep. But yeah, it's giving us all the resources we need to build our... Oh, I know what it does. It gives us the resources for all the batteries first, and then it gives us the power cells, which are really heavy. And I'm trying to build one at a time. Yeah. No matter, no problem. Oh yeah, I was placing this one.
Inventory full.
That's the one I don't want to place. Okay. When you grind down batteries, you don't get back the power cells. Early game, they're a bit expensive, and you'll need a refiner and an assembler to make them. It doesn't matter where we place them, how fast each one gets built. They're gonna be built at the same time. Like it's all gonna be finished at once. And one more. It's been slow putting all these batteries down, but it's gonna speed up shortly now because the other components are not as heavy. Is the power cells take a lot of trips to place down. Hydrogen's empty. Yep. These are long trek rovers. They're meant for a long journey to be self-sufficient and to be able to like dig resources and also leave an outpost. So the idea is to, oh, you find a resource like gold, like we did just now. We we dig to the gold. Once we reach the gold, we build a shelter there. We dig sideways into the deposit, get as much as the gold as we can, and leave an outpost. So if something like it's hard to wipe a player out of the server if they have like 7 8 outposts everywhere, you know, and each one of those outposts is fully self-sufficient. Hydrogen, you know, oxygen, refiner, drills already inside the bunker, and plus they're 100 meters into the ground. It's hard to raid those. Like you have plenty to place turrets. So that's the idea of that I'm trying to do. And this rover, I think, is gonna be the final design. I think I fixed everything that was wrong with this version. I fixed on this one that we're building now. So I'm really excited to have it fully functional, and it's almost there. Like batteries are the most time-consuming part of it all. But look how many batteries we have. I hate when that happens. Alright, we have plenty of batteries. Let's do generator, refinery, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 speed modules. It's lagging. There we go. Oh. I think it's giving me resources for the generators. Let me place it down before. Yeah. Or the speed module. I don't know. Yeah, it's the speed modules. Still have resources, so let's see where they belong. Alright, refiner is the other big component besides batteries. Almost done. But the refiners components are not heavy. It's just a lot of them, a lot of steel plates. So as you can see, we can almost carry 400 steel plates. So in just a few trips to get the plates for the refining. All the tubes, large tubes are heavy as well. Nice. Looks like the refiner is gonna be complete. It's lagging on this one. I'm dropping all the tools inside the storage. I don't have a grinder anymore. Alright. We have refiner with all the upgrade modules. Wow, there's even more batteries down over here, man. These rovers will last forever. But that's good because if things run out of power, trash collection, which is a feature in public servers, will destroy them, will remove them. Even if you're online, if you move like a certain amount of distance from a grid that's not powered, it'll get deleted. Mm. Small steel tubes. Yep, there they come. What next? projector. The gyroscope. Beacon. Yep. Now I can replace with a second gyroscope. I can add another gyroscope now. These are really good, even on a rover. They draw enemy fire and they have a lot of health. They have 500 steel plates to them, plus metal grids. So, well, I'll leave the beacon here, and then I'll put the second gyroscope in front of the projector, so that if they're targeting this one, the other one is not gonna get hit. Okay, beacon is all ready. Be careful on these storms. When a storm on Mars occurs, you can get struck by lightning, and it causes damage to your structures as well. The wind also affects you flying. Like it causes you to accelerate faster, accelerate more, I mean, in the direction of the wind. So it kind of throws you off when you're trying to like fly in one direction.
Fuel low. Fuel critical.
I died because I flew too fast into the rover. Okay, we have beacon. Oh, thrusters off. We have beacon. I'm not gonna put batteries there. Let's just keep going over this way, and I'll figure it out. Control. Auto generator. Let's do that. It's giving me resources for the remote control, but I don't have the interior plate. Maybe not. Why? Oh, it's like glitched. It's giving me beacon stuff and oh man, it set a ton of things that we didn't need to produce. Okay, clear. It's clear. Generator. Man, this storm is annoying. It's flying around is difficult. Alright, we got the remote control. Do we get the sorter? No, computers, 10 computers. But let's not spend, well, low on fuel, so let's go. I don't know what this all for. Computers, just 10. And then let's get, I know we're gonna need steel plates for the generators. Let's get them all. Yep. Yeah, to not waste the trip. Flying is difficult in the storm, sorry guys. It's like it's very sensitive on one direction only. Good generators. Nitro says, sorry, I had to leave immediately after writing my last comment. No worry, man. I normally only play this game in single player creative mode. Playing right now. Nice, man. Yeah, I was too. This is the first playthrough I do on survival, but this is on the new Xbox servers. They added, so they're publicly accessible to Xbox. But that I was building all these blueprints in creative. Like I was in creative, trying to set up and say like, oh, what do I need in a survival playthrough to like not, you know, be exposed, you know, and die and have get wiped. Kind of like it happens in Ark, you know, Ark Survival Evolved. You have to be quick when you start. It's a rush to get turrets in Ark because turrets are expensive, but once you have a ton of them, your whatever you're building or taming, it's likely to stay. It's likely to stay. Uh, not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Everything is but yeah, I thought like maybe there's a way that I can set up and I thought, well, the most secure bases that I've seen are underground. It has its challenges because whatever you build down there, you have to bring back to the surface. Okay, I'm kind of lost here. Let me clear build planner and let's set things up. 3 generators. We have a lonely sorter over here. Let's finish that sorter. We can get the action blocks. Okay, here's another sorter. And the assembler. That's a lot of components. Okay, now I can talk again because it's gonna take a long time to place all those components. Yeah. But yeah, I thought like what would be the most like procedural, you know, step-by-step way of getting as fast as possible to a secure and playing solo, like doing everything as efficient as possible. It's what I mean, you know, like not counting on like someone is gathering resources while I'm placing down or creating blueprints. That's way helpful too, because imagine 2 people always obviously do double the efficiency or double the work, you know. So that's good. That's a way for but even for survival, even for solo players, what would be the best way to start and go about it? Okay, nice. And building a starship right away is a lot of time, and if you don't have like a refiner set up and everything, it can be time consuming. Plus starships are always exposed, and you would want to have like a hangar bay full of turrets outside to protect your starship while you're offline and everything. So what is like I think like a big freighter, it's more like end game content, in at least for a solo player. Like I think more sensible would be to build underground, because underground you have a ton of resources. You have a ton of stone down there, you have iron, you have gold, you have ice, you have everything you need, plus you have the depth as a protection. So you don't need as many turrets. You can just protect the hole in and out, and then no one's gonna start digging, or at least you'll notice then they're digging to get to your base, because that's one way to circumvent your turrets, to dig around the turrets and get to the core of your base, you know. But that's why we're building like 200 meters underneath the ground. So it's gonna take them as long as it took us to dig down there. When you're in a raid, you know, I think that's a big challenge that we have set from the start, and we're just one player, right? We're just one player. Plus, I don't know, like the idea that as you're digging, you're building the base is also really good. You know, like the setting the pistons and drills and rotors to dig for you. And it's creating that empty space down there. So filling it up with a base, it's kind of sensible, I think. It doesn't have to be a big massive base that allows you to build freighters, but an outpost is really good because that's another strategy for survival in PvP. Like have multiple bases, like bases everywhere. Very hard to find bases, you know, like hidden in a corner, very small. Just a spawn point and a smithy that you can, you know, get started and get
Fuel
raided and
low.
make. Ah, I don't know what we're missing.
Fuel critical.
Yeah, you see, I cannot talk and and do this at the same time. Nitro says, I always play on Steam. A lot of good Star Wars ship blueprints there. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Look, you can in even in Xbox, you get the workshop because the workshop is shared between. So we get all the cool massive ships, and ours is gonna be here. All these our rovers are gonna be up here as well. Plus other starships and drones and all kinds of blueprints. Pretty much everything I build, I make a blueprint. Even the base, the whole, because once we build our first base and make a blueprint out of it, we can set welders on the inside. Oh, I have no hydrogen. Well, we can set welders. Let's do this. Let's get all the tanks, generators. Once we build our first outpost, our second and third and fourth are gonna build on their own. Okay, make sure you have dampeners on because we're digging our first hole right now. Let me turn on the light. Don't mind the glitch of the terrain. It fixes in a bit. It's not ready to load that this deep into the terrain until we arrive here, right? But what I was gonna say, yeah. So these drills are facing downwards now, but once we reach the bottom, the full extent of these pistons, we're done digging because we already got past the last of the resources, which is gold. We actually got past it way far, but I had enough room for pistons, so I said why not, you know, and I just let it keep going. But I was trying to just reach this. At this point, I'm gonna set drills horizontally with in a rotor, so that they drill around and outwards, creating a big dome, circular dome area that we can build in. And once we do that, I'm gonna build a blueprint out of it so that once we set those horizontal drills, we also set on the inner parts, we set welders. Right, and as we're digging, we're gonna be building the base. So once the drills reach the full extent, the base will also be already fully built, and that's gonna be epic, I think, because we're just gonna pretty much hit a button and leave everything building. Building an outpost while we build more ships, turrets, weapons. So a solo player can do a lot if automation, you know, handles most of it. As much, so we're trying to set as most as we can on automation, and have like a set blueprint for the ships, for everything,
Inventory.
and then we can make a
full.
fleet and then wage war. I don't know, because that's the whole part of the game. The point of the game is raiding people, their bases and their starships, and building the things and then demolishing them. I'm losing my voice. Oh, no, don't do this. You gotta put the tanks in first. Otherwise they don't get filled. I have this is another bug that I have on this machine that is gonna get fixed on the next one. It doesn't have a generator accessible. Then refills bottles. There it goes. On like only if I have ice in stock do I fill bottles. It's weird. I don't know. Like the tank, I have a hydrogen tank and it's full. It's set on refill bottles, but it won't. Like I put things in generators and they just stay empty. Okay. Let's get. Okay, this sorter. The assembler. You got the speed module. Got the speed module there. I want to build a hangar. One of the first things is a hangar bay so that I can build things comfortably, because this is not the ideal. Like fuel, jetpack fuel is low. Okay, sorter first. Sorter first. That's annoying. It's easy to lose track of like the state of the build planner. Also put the produce. Look, why is it? Oh no, it's a feedback loop. That's causing the scene too complex. Probably. Is Samuro on Xbox? Sauron 2012. I'll check. He says that he designs really good Star Wars starships. I'll check. Oh, oh. Okay, let me fix this feedback loop because I think it's what's causing our scene too complex bug. Control sorter. It's the ingot one. It's then on blacklist and it should be whitelist ingots. Then I'll fix the loop. I don't get it. It's like the build planner is not making the resource, like it's glitched. I don't know. Like we're getting weird orders of items. Everything is incomplete. We're still getting stone. Could not. Okay. Clear the build planner. What about the production? Missing items. What are you missing? Iron. Yeah, this is the error that it has. Okay, let's put this guy on blacklist again. Drain all off, blacklist, assembler, drain all off, blacklist. Like we're not gonna get our components readily available, but we both, like what we did is we stopped the sorters. We created a free flow of resources now, but we won't get the effect of having it appear in here. I cannot, it's glitched there. There's one more sorter I gotta. No, you're good at playing on Steam on your PC, because the interface here in the control panel is a nightmare, especially having to type everything like by pressing A. Drain all off. Blacklist, this one's fine. Assembler. Remove. Yeah. Now production should be going on. Should be go. There's a ton of ingots. I don't know why the assembler. Where's the assembler? Here is the assembler. It's right, it doesn't have ingots. Let's get rid of, there it goes. It was full of gold. It was full of gold, the assembler, so it couldn't pull in more iron. I don't know why the assembler would be full of gold, but it's clear now. Look how much ingot iron there is. It's like everything is, all those boxes are full of iron. But that's good, because that's the base. That's the base we're gonna build down there. Okay. Now things are producing. But my build planner is clear. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's get this before we forget. I don't know what it even is. A sorter. Okay, and get the generator. First things I'm gonna fix is this one. This one is annoying me. Alright. Done. Now, assembler. What is this? Like, it should give me those in order. I'm gonna take a break shortly, in a few more minutes. Have some dinner and eat. Oof, we have a third engine. I went a little bit overboard with this one. But yeah, it's good. Those hydrogen engines are really good to recharge your batteries. Like, I keep them off and then when the batteries are low, I turn them back on, and it'll recharge the batteries in within like an hour or two, usually depends. Nice, assembler and speed modules are done. This one needs some tubes. What else? Ah, stop, stop, stop. It's the lag. It's not, it wasn't the storm, it's the lag. Uh, I'll just make a ton of small tubes. Bunch of timer blocks. Now this one is really, this one has a sensor for enemies to detect enemies, and it triggers combat music, and it also triggers a rotating light, red. So it tells you even if you're distracted drilling, if an enemy comes within the sensor's field, it'll it'll um, it'll trigger that. Plus, you could set it off to turn the turrets on, to leave the turrets off unless it detects anything. But then I would leave one turret on to protect against asteroids and rockets. But for players, like, leave them off, leave all of them, like, not targeting players, off. And then when the sensor triggers the player walking around your rover, it turns the ones that target players on, and bye bye. Now his starship is there. Those ones can also target small grid ships and like or starships and everything, and you destroy the enemy. Like you wait until they land and get close. Okay, build planner is clear. I don't know. Build planner is bugged. You see, like, we had a bunch of other things queued up. A bunch of timer blocks, I think. Hmm. Nitro, do you know if the turrets need sorters? Like, I always wonder that. I think I have the sorters kind of like a so that they don't get clogged with anything other than bullets, because I noticed they do like pull bullets in automatically on their own, so they don't need the sorter to drain all. I could save a lot of PCU if I remove those sorters. Okay, we have the timer blocks. Then we get a hydrogen engine. Nice. We're almost done with all the components. Let's do that. Let's finish the components. I'm not gonna place those steel plates yet because I have a bunch of other resources that are for the engine. This one has 2 tanks. No, I think this one also has 2 tanks. Afterwards, I gotta figure out a way to grind this one down, because I don't want to grind it down by hand. If we can set grinders and then drive the rover over the grinders. So that's gonna be pretty interesting too. I don't know. Maybe it's more efficient to build a mini drone that grind with a grinder tip. We'll need more batteries. Just 2 more. 1 there. Yeah, because I'm replacing these 2. These 2 are not gonna be next to the gyroscope. They're gonna get shot at. These 2 can stay there. Nothing's gonna draw fire here in this area. Ah, low fuel. More steel tubes. Let me get fuel. Yeah, the sorters create that feedback loop was what was affecting our performance here. Two tanks. Nice. 3 engines. Sorters. We need 1 more sorter here.
Fuel low.
Ah, missed it.
Fuel critical.
Oh my god, it's going crazy. It's like lagged. Okay, let's get the sorter. We don't have anything. We have it in the build planner though. And then let's also set 2 batteries. Okay, let's finish up this sorter here. Sorter, and then battery. Yeah, let's finish these functional blocks, and then when I come back, I'll just place armor all around it and finish the cabin. We haven't built the cabin at all. Oh, there's the ore detector. The only thing annoying about batteries is placing them. After that, you know, if the battery is protected, I rather use the space with for a battery than for like a light armor block. They might be heavy. They might be heavy blocks. Plus they blow up. They explode once you know they run out of health.
Fuel low.
Our drill is still
Fuel
going.
critical.
Um, why would you just give me the... Oh, because you don't have steel plates. Okay, where do you go? Oh man, there's a lot of them. This is where the battery goes. And then another one's gonna go here. Where's that battery? Oh, here it is. And another one here. I know, Mara. My dog needs attention, so we're about to stop the stream shortly. Let's finish up these 2 batteries so I don't forget, because this is a part of the blueprint that we changed. Alright, we get a few more power cells. Nice, almost done. Almost done with a functional. Few more, what is it, programmable
Fuel
blocks.
critical.
Okay. Ore detector. Programmable block. Oh, it's full of batteries. 2 more batteries. At least we'll be able to transport energy as well. We can use it to transport energy from outpost to outpost. I don't know.
Fuel low.
I want to build a welder drone. detector I think is done. The other side, batteries. Yes, the final battery. Man, are those annoying. Fuel critical.
Fuel low. Fuel critical.
I'm gonna remove these because it's harder to see with all the projection over here. What I'm gonna put here is heavy armor blocks protecting the gyroscope. Probably gonna move the beacon too. Functional blocks in the front. Nice. Okay.
Fuel low.
Yeah, we made it.
Fuel critical.
She tells you after your fuel is empty. No more batteries. Enough batteries. Another update to the design. Oh, I know why. We have to queue. Production queue. Yep, there it is. Replace that battery with another container. And then let's finish this piston. This is where the connector will go. So let's queue one up. The blueprint doesn't remember these. Anything you place on a subgrid. Oh man, hate dropping the tool. Nice. Yeah, that is cargo for the ore. Like when the main cargo fills up, those supplemental cargoes will start filling up. So it gives you a little leeway. Plus they serve as connectors and conveyors. Instead of a conveyor, we put a... Nice, nice. It's coming together now. We got air vents. In a medical room. Soon. Soon medical room next. If I can tag it. Come on. Nice. Almost everything else looks to be armor. Oh, I think we're missing one more gyroscope. Oh I'll leave the gyroscope later. Now we just need a bunch of medical components. Nice. We have a medical room. Okay. Looks like one more gyro. And I'll call it there. Let's place the gyro, and we would have placed all the functional blocks. Gotta wait for the steel plate. No. Yes, attached to the speed module. Actually, no, I want it attached to the refinery. The gyro only attaches on one side, so if the refinery, since it has a ton of health, it's likely not to get destroyed. So I would rather attach it to that than to a projector, for example, which has very little health. Because if they take down the projector, then they have also taken down the mighty gyroscope. And eventually, you can attach a few propellers to these, and you can turn them into starships with leave the wheels attached, and they can land.
Fuel low.
Oh my god, stop.
Fuel critical.
Nice. So we placed all our functional blocks. Well, there's probably a few more in the cabin. We haven't finished the cabin, but I'm gonna leave it there for now. And then, oh, before we let's take a look at the hole. It's done drilling. So let me leave it off. Wow. Here's the gold. You guys remember when we started the stream? We were the level was here at the gold. Now look how, wow, look at this. And then let me see. Yeah, current position 10 meters. That's the maximum extent. So now what we do is we turn off the drills. Then we look for the rotor and then we lock it. That'll stop it from rotating. And at this point, you can just hold the drill back up. But I'm gonna leave it because I think I'm gonna center. What I'm gonna do is okay, I'll do that later. Kinda hungry. Yep. When I come back, I'll find the center, place a block, and then I'm gonna build upwards from that center. This is gonna be the lowest point in our bunker base. But here, we're gonna build the hangar. So this is kind of like a pit. This is where we're gonna put storage, refiners, assemblers, a bunch of stuff, hydrogen, everything that we dump in our base is gonna land here, get processed, and then sorted out. Once we reach the level of the gold, we're gonna put drills to be digging outwards all around in a circle, in a radius, on a rotor. At that point, we will build our hangar. That's where we're gonna be, the level, and then we're gonna keep building upwards. Look at how much space we have. I'm even stuck. Wow. This glitch is annoying though. But to an enemy that's really far away, they can barely see that there's a hole there.
Fuel low.
Yeah, we're gonna die. We're empty. We're fine.
Fuel critical.
But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. When we come back, we're gonna finish this boss rover here with missing the wheels, missing the cockpit, and all the armor. But that's the easy part. The hard part was the core components here that we've already completely built. So I'm going to leave it at that. Let's, before we log out, let's confirm. You wanna make sure your batteries are gonna be, yeah, because our rover is connected to the to that grid over there. Then it's fully charged. But what about this one? This is another grid. We want to make sure this one stays powered. So let's get components. I need to put a control seat. No, I can just check the batteries. Fully depleted in 12 days. So there you go. Because we have so many of them, even though they're not charged yet, fully charged, but since nothing is on, like refiner, assembler, everything is off, they will not consume any power. But another thing you could do is just slap on a few solar panels on it, and it'll recharge the batteries forever. They'll never run out, not even in 12 days, because it'll get more power during the day then it'll lose during the night, so that it'll keep them. Eventually, you'll find them; they'll be fully charged. Actually, let's do that. Let's because I'm coming back later, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Hope